I shouldn't bother because it will be all gone in an hour anyway, but I hate this. The blood, the not knowing. Hooves ring against the cobblestones somewhere behind me, followed by the jingle of a horse's bridle. I don't need to look. My guard commander always follows at a safe distance until the transition is complete. What kind of book do you think that is?
I think that is quite obviously what's that? What's the not the Babysitter's Club, but the one where it was they made it into a TV show and it was just these three girls and they loved horses.
This Sisterhood of the Traveling Horse Pants?
Horse Girl book series.
Horse? I don't know what you're talking about. Horse Girl.
Hold on. There is a hello, welcome to the show.
Creek? What are you talking about?
I had every intention of just while you were pouring a beer and getting set up, hit and go, cams on, saying the intro, stealing your passage thunder. Which, by the way, welcome to the advisory, the first and last advice show on the internet, where we answer questions to learn a little bit more about what it means to be human. And all advice is, of course, final and legally binding.
He made a mistake. James made an error there. This isn't the start of the show. Why does it keep moving?
I don't know. Happening? It's haunted. We know it's haunted.
What the fuck? Well, James, it is the spookiest time of the year, and I'm not just talking about tax time. So maybe that's why.
Did someone say spooky? Oh!
James, let me tell you.
What are all these wonderful things?
Oh, they're all around us.
So to answer your question, I think it is Australian Horse Girl TV show.
What is
it was called The Saddle Club. I thought it was The Saddle Club.
The easiest name to guess. Yeah. No, you'll kind of notice from it's because it had horse in it. They mentioned a horse. Is that what happened with your brain?
Yeah, pretty much. That's it.
Right.
Pretty much exactly what happened.
Clearly description. Not the fact that it was clearly description of like someone detransitioning from being a werewolf. You sort of zeroed in on the horse thing.
Yeah. Well, in my defense, they didn't mention anything about being a werewolf. They didn't talk about how fluffy they were, how sharp their hands are, how hungry they get at midnight. They didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, I was just fucking filling in the blanks because I'm not an idiot. It was a book called A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmer, which is in fact a book about a werewolf. So there you go. Something to think about, isn't it?
Did you A Curse So Dark and Lonely? I'm assuming you came up with that one because it is the spooky season.
Yes, James. It's a spooky season. I'm not just talking about tax time.
Okay.
So here we are.
I'm sorry. Do you have
what's up?
Do you have a little joke a day calendar that you sort of flip over on your desk and then you take that with you when you go to work? Because that's what it feels a little bit like might be happening today.
For today? No, I would never do that to you and let you know that I was doing that. I would probably keep that confidential.
Yes. Seemingly like you are now. So suspicious.
So why? Well, all I'm saying is if that was happening, I wouldn't be able to tell you. So that's sort of my agreement with the calendar people. You get it. You get it. Big calendar. They've got a bunch of agendas. You know how it is. You get it. He's giving me the stinking.
I hate so much about your affinity for calendars, the calendar energy that you brought in. You probably use Monday.com. Is it Monday.com? Everyone's got a different calendar now. It doesn't matter what your tool is anymore, does it? SaaS is going wild. You can really
if there's a part of your life where you need a thing to be done, someone will sell it to you on a SaaS product for a subscription.
Of course.
And there'll be 10 other competitors that'll basically sell the same thing, but they promise it's different.
Yeah. And the fun little like cool branding and the like cool marketing and energy that they sort of put around
fun
it.
Voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They got a bit of a style to them.
I like it.
This one's calendars but fun. This one's calendars but serious. This one's calendars but not how you expect. Do you know what I mean?
First one was Monday.com. Second one was Outlook. Third one was G Calendar. I'm assuming, but
Actually,
just based off the personalities that you did.
Right. If it was Outlook, the third one would have been, what if you want a service that doesn't work? That was probably what I would have said if I meant Outlook.
See, you've done it so well, sort of giving these fun little personalities to businesses and their services. Do you think that you could just off the top come up with a personality for the advisory if it was a person and sort of something that they would say?
Yeah, I could probably do that pretty easily. So, did you ever have growing up? I know that I did, so I'm going to use a very specific example. I have a cousin of mine who's a bit older. He's my mom's cousin, and he was a divorce lawyer for like 20 years. He made so much money that he never really had to work after that. And so what he did was he quit his job and he became a camp counselor in the US just for fun. Like he would help, go to these summer camps, do that to get a bit of pocket money. And in the winter, he would do whatever he wanted, play video games, things like that. Drank a lot of beer, was addicted to codeine. That's our show. Is like we did something important once, we made a big impact with it, and now we kind of turn up sometimes during the summer to do some work, but mostly we have a codeine and alcohol addiction. But we're fun, and you want us to come visit.
And just to clarify, was that you sort of doing the pitch for what the energy would be like, or were you embodying the character just then?
I was described.
Okay.
Oh, the vibe.
Yeah. I want you to sort of like embody the character and sort of like say something that they would say. Because before you were like, "Oh, it's so fun and quirky. We're
right.
G calendar," that kind of vibe.
Right. You might. I don't know how to embody it because I'm not very fun.
Well, would it be fun? So it would be fun. Check.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah, he's like the fun uncle. Like you want him to come around and hang out.
Funkle energy.
Have a few beers in the pool, maybe.
Okay.
Have some beers in the pool. You come out the next morning. He's on the couch reading a book and he's chilling, and you're like, wow,
fucking way, dude. Are we like
what's up?
Funkle? Did you just fucking? Oh.
Yeah, dog. That's what's up. That's for sure our vibe.
Turn it off.
But then you get him a bit drunk, and he's way too philosophical.
Thank you for coming. The stream is over now and forever. I've only just and quite frankly, if you're watching or listening to this and you knew that we had Funkle energy and you didn't say anything, I'm also blaming you. Okay, because you should have let me know. You know that me personally, I don't get down with Funkle energy. So the fact that we've been here this whole time.
When you call it Funkle, it really gives it a different energy than what I was thinking, which is like
exactly because the fun uncle thinks he's fun. He thinks he's fun and cool, but he's not, and that's why it's Funkle energy. You know what I mean? It's
but we actually are kind of fun. I see the trap that you're describing. I see what's happening here. Yeah. I see what's occurring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to dwell on this too much because it's starting to get a bit too real.
Yeah.
Should we do some advice instead?
Yeah, I would love to have some sort of breakfast radio style stingers to play right now because I feel like that would embody the energy.
Right.
Sort of.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 I can do this. Let's think. All right. You ready?
Born ready.
So there'd be some kind of like the sound of like a VCR like skipping or something, like rewinding, be like, welcome back to DMAC and the Chief here on 97.25 Drive Radio. Now it's time for the advice corner. I don't know. I get Christopher Walken at the end. I don't know what happened. I lost it. It's time for the advisory with me, Christopher Walken. It's about time that we told some people what to do with their lives today, and now we're gonna do that right now.
Take me back to the Funkle energy. Is what I'm saying. Yeah,
you invited that. You asked for it. So
why? Sometimes
keep that in mind.
When you open a door, you really don't know what you're gonna let in, and let's just say if I knew that that's what was coming, the door would have been fucking welded shut. So, this is an advice show. If you didn't know, this isn't just two funkles getting kooky.
Yeah, we answer advice, and we sometimes get too philosophical in a way that's hard to follow. This first question, James, comes from Granny_cookies on the old Reddit. We know it and we
Granny
love it.
cookies. Okay, let's do it.
I saw this one, and it spoke to your specific skill set in a way that I couldn't pass it up. So Granny Cookies asks,
Backflips.
how can I receive a package without anyone else in the house knowing? It may not be morally the best, but bear with me. I want to receive an international package from a friend. Nothing crazy, just an old phone, sweets, and a hair curler. But I have incredibly strict parents that would be really mad that I received a package from someone they don't know. I've considered a PO box, but because of some legal issues, I can't have one. Don't know what that means. I honestly don't have any other idea except for mail it to a friend.
You don't have any other idea. No other idea James, comes to mind.
Let me tell you the ideas I have.
God.
One PO box. Can't do it. I'm out of ideas. You know what, James? I tried the PO box. Couldn't do it. Also, I mean, so I've mentioned before. I rarely take teenage questions. I always try and filter them out. But I thought this would appeal to your specific kind of, kind of Home Alone style hijinks brain.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
There are so many solutions to this that I feel like it's unfathomable to me that this person said, I thought of one singular idea as a solution, and now I'm out of ideas. Okay.
Also, both ideas are the same idea, which is ship it somewhere else, which is a PO box or a friend. It's the same idea.
Ship it ship it next door, all right? And watch their fucking deliveries like a fucking vulture. Okay?
Like a hawk, yeah.
Exactly. That's maybe how some people used to get deliveries from Silk Road. Not me. I knew someone that was
obviously.
It actually wasn't me. I knew someone that was shipping it next door.
Yeah. It wasn't James.
It actually wasn't, and they got caught. So
no, it really wasn't. It really wasn't.
Yeah, it actually wasn't.
Yeah. No, but it really wasn't.
Right. You're sort of doing like a thing that would make people believe that I did do it, and I just want to.
But you didn't. I just want
to clearly address this. I didn't order drugs off the internet. And okay, I do see you out of the corner of my eye doing something. Someone else did it, right? And they got done for it.
Yeah,
anyway,
for sure. Someone else.
And so anyway, I got my pack of cocaine, and I mean,
I got my baggie of the marijuana.
This was forever ago, back when like people were actually buying stuff off Silk Road. I don't know if anyone does it anymore. Is Silk Road still a thing? Didn't the guy who was behind it get done or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he got done in prison. These days, you can just go on Facebook and be like, "Bring me drugs," and people just do it.
Fucking type in "buy drugs Brisbane" into like TikTok, and there'll be like 97 people who are doing live streams that are like, "Hey guys, I'm packing your orders for you today," and they're streaming the crime. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
the police are like, we're busy, so we're not.
The police say, I don't know how TikTok works, so I can't get in there and arrest them.
The police have big David energy. What's a TikTok?
Yeah, it's a real sort of technological barrier to getting these criminals of 2022. You know. So I mean, Doug, ship it next door. So. Ship it next door.
Ship next door is good.
Watch their deliveries, right? Talk to your friend and say, look, my parents are real weird about me getting an order from someone that they don't know, an international thing. Why don't you make it look like it's a subscription service or an order from a local small business?
You're on the same wavelength I am. I was thinking maybe you could get them to put it inside something else. So you know how in
this is just my pair of Nike SB Dunks that I ordered.
Or like how they do in the movies when they ship drugs, where they'll put it in the stuffing of the teddy bear.
You meant inside another physical object. I thought you meant put it inside a box to make it look like I ordered something else.
No, I want like a babushka doll situation. Like I want layers to be involved.
Yeah,
you know.
So my friend has to send me like a curling iron and some lollies. They have to go to Build-A-Bear, lay out the things and say, I need you to build these into the bear,
and you
please.
You have to distract the attendant in order to slip them in while they're not looking.
What if you hide them in plain sight and I just sort of put the curling wand in the bear's hand and the sweets in the other hand of the bear,
and the phone up its asshole or something?
Or maybe, or maybe it's taped to his head or something.
Yeah, maybe he's on his head.
Yeah.
You got the asshole as an option, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, strange. You know when someone says something and it sort of reveals a lot about who they are as a person? And my immediate thought was, utensil in hand, because that's how you use it. Lollies in hand, that's how you eat them. David thought phone up your clack. Why not? Shove it right up your asshole. Just get it up there.
Yeah.
I
mean, sometimes
my first option,
accidentally cremating stuff. So
on the ear. On the ear, probably.
On the ear. Okay, that's good. Maybe in a pocket, a shirt pocket.
Oh, that's good.
You know how a dad will sort of have his phone in like sort of the breast pocket there.
Yeah.
You know how dads be.
Yeah, fuck, man. You know how dads are. Don't get me bloody started on dads.
Listen, don't let me tell you about dads, mate. You know I'll bloody go on for hours.
What if I just have one thing that is the distraction? I have a distraction gift, and then I have my real one. So my parents they get so preoccupied by the decoy that they don't even notice the real gift that comes in.
What's the decoy going to be?
I was thinking,
it's going to be distracting enough. What's adequately distracting? That's a hard one.
Depends what route you want to go.
Some cocaine.
I was going to say a bag of white powder, right? So maybe it's they think, is this cause for concern? Is this drugs? You know, and by the time, because they're going to go down a whole big thing of like, you know, dad at some point is going to slip it open, dip a pinky in, rub it on the gums, and he's going to go, that's just icing sugar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's going to take him down a whole different route, you know, because there's going to be time that has to go into that.
How do we
approach this? Do we call the police? Do we, you know...
But they're going to say, why has this been shipped? Or you're not addressing it to yourself. You're just addressing it to the house.
That's one method.
Well, how do you explain it to the parents then? They're going to be like, why do you have this little baggie of icing sugar?
Mum, Dad, it's 20. I've been doxxed. I put a really good joke on Twitter and I got doxxed.
Yeah, they've swatted me with some little baggie.
And it was, depending on which way your parents lean, you say it's the other political sort of faction or whatever. You know, if your parents are really like conservative, you'd be like, I put up some really good like pro-life stuff.
Yeah.
And they doxed me.
It was Antifa that done sent this.
Antifa doxed me.
It was the radical left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Whereas if they're left-leaning, you just say it was the Nazis and they would believe you because that's something that the right would do.
However, and let's be real.
Yeah.
If the parents weren't conservative, do you think they'd care about you receiving a package from someone? It's probably conservative.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, Mum, it's a phone and some sweets and a hair color. And they'd be like, sweetie, why are you getting that internationally? What are you doing? We can just get you those. We have those. I would assume.
That's a good point. It's a very good point.
Yeah.
Maybe you could just buy these things. Did you think about needing to get them shipped out?
Could you find them locally? Now, it's possible you're in a country where you can't. I understand that. And countries where you can't get the stuff tend to be deeply conservative. So, like, maybe there's kind of a through line there.
Yes.
Have you considered hiring perhaps a stunt double to distract your parents while the delivery arrives? Kind of a ruse de guerre scenario where you sort of maybe somebody knocks on the door and they want to talk to your parents. And then as that's happening, you know, the delivery man comes, you grab it really quickly. And then, you know, like while they're distracted, sort of Parent Trap style, sort of an option you've got as well.
I think this is a lucrative business opportunity that we now can't, because we've talked about it in a public space, we now can't patent it. So thanks a lot, David. But
sorry. Well, you can bleep this in the recording, and there's no way to get this information because live shows don't come back anywhere. So
you
could just cut that out. There's no way for people to watch this later.
If you heard any,
so
you didn't hear it. You didn't hear any of that.
You didn't.
Now
you didn't fucking hear it. You didn't fucking hear it from us.
Is there a business opportunity?
What's up?
To be like a fake, you know, hey, how's it going? We're in the street today talking to some local homeowners about solar panels, adding solar panels to their roof, and getting you money from kicking it back to the grid. You know, that kind of stuff.
Oof, you're not very good at that. But yeah,
I don't work in sales, mate. All right, I don't do door knocking.
Sorry, I thought you worked in marketing. Why don't you market yourself, you cunt?
All right, here's one.
Sorry, that was aggressive. Sorry, yeah, you go. Hello.
How's it cooking, chookins? I'll tell you what's cooking.
It's the sun. What did you just say to me?
The sun is cooking 24/7.
Sorry, who are you?
Hold
what are
on.
You doing on my front lawn?
There's $1 you could have made.
What?
There's $1 you could have made. Every second that we are talking and we don't have solar panels on your roof,
I pump gas.
That's money falling out of your pockets. Have you got a hole in your pocket, cunt? Because that's where your money's falling out, right?
I'm not. What?
Now, let's sign the papers today, and let's get sun money.
I have to go
into your pocket.
I pump gas. What are you talking? How did you get this address?
Sun money is fun money. Sign it.
You convinced me with that slogan, so I need to sign up now. Wait, are you threatening me?
It does. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that was a fist.
You were like,
that was a fist. It was a fist.
It was a fist. That was. Oh, it was a threat. Sir, please don't hit me. My 2 daughters are inside. It would be incredibly emasculating. Please don't hit me.
You know what's emasculating?
Yeah. What?
Letting money fall out of your hands.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's.
Look at all these sun bucks you could be capturing right now, but you're not.
You say you don't.
Hey,
James, you say you don't work in sales, but
what's that smell? Because it smells like some dated old whack shit. Okay, smells like old school energy in here. Are you guys still using that old school energy? Okay.
I actually think that's.
Let me guess, dude. You still drive one of those gas guzzlers? You still doing?
Yeah, I work at a
petrol dog.
I own the local petrol station. I pump gas for a living. Yes,
petrol is dead. All right.
No, it's not. That's how I make a living.
It is.
That's what I do for a living.
Petrol died, and now it's all about.
I'm
gonna sun bucks.
Leave here and pump it. I'm gonna walk from here and pump gas and make an income.
Do you have any like friends or family that would be interested in sort of getting some sunbucks or?
Yeah, my uncle Tony's mad for sunbucks. He's also kind of a fun uncle.
Give me his deets. Love a funkle and some sunbucks.
I hate the term funkle. I gotta be honest with you. It just
makes my skin now cry. Obviously you've fully cleaned me out because you've covered your whole fucking roof in
I will say, during that exchange, there was no way that I could have been on the lookout for a package coming to my son that I don't approve.
But yeah, you couldn't be.
I was fully engaged in your madness.
Thank you.
So I think that's an excellent move.
And me selling the solar panels was never the gig. The real gig was keeping you distracted.
I've seen Ocean's 11. I understand.
And you didn't know what was happening. I got you looking up at the fucking roof. Meanwhile, Jenny's running out to the letterbox, and I'm like, got you covered, Jenny.
I was looking at my hands. What's falling out of my hands?
Smells like old energy in here. Giving her like the thumbs up because like we got the package secured.
Yeah, and I'm like, who are you signaling to? Like,
just signaling to your fucking next door neighbors, mate, who are on that new school energy. On that new shit.
Got that new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these sort of relate to each other in a sense. Kind of related advice questions, I think. This one comes from Web Devlitz on Reddit. I don't know how to say that. I'm not going to try it again. We were kind of alluding to this. How did selling drugs become common in inner cities? Not sure if it's advice so much as just sort of a general
I mean,
question. How did drugs become common in inner cities?
Easy.
Easily is how they did it.
Doug, what does everyone love? Drugs. And second on that list, money.
Cousin money. Girls just want to have what's happening?
Love drugs, love money.
Love drugs.
Okay.
Love money.
Now
love drug money. Ooh. How about that?
And what do people like? People like convenience. They don't want to have to go grow their own drugs. They don't want to have to dust up and crust up their own their dirty crack rock. You know what I mean?
Have you ever found yourself dust? It's like daytime.
Yeah.
Have you ever found yourself growing your own marijuana plant and wondered, I wish there was a better way?
Yeah. Or like a lady in black and white really like fucking up, like snipping, her her weed really plant or whatever, and she's like, crumbs, like that. And then it just has like
crumbs. I wish there were an easier way.
And then it has like, here comes Drug Boy. And then he sort of skates in on rollerblades and he does a little slide stop. Yeah, knocks on the door.
Is the kind of guitar sting.
She's like, this is so convenient. And he's like, I know.
I'm just a little scamp.
Yeah.
I think
that's fun. Let's make buying drugs fun.
What if drugs were fun again?
Yeah.
Euphoria's made drugs so sad. Kids think drugs are sad. They used to be fun. Oh, I'm addicted to ecstasy and I'm 16. They used to be fun.
Just really quickly. Just sort of, because I feel like we've really drifted into like a territory that could really blow back on us. I might even read it just so that
try and clip this out of.
Yeah, you can for the audio listener, you know what I mean? So there's a warning.
You should probably read.
Yeah, there's a warning displaying on the screen right now, and it says the following show features goofs performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, Black Swan Society and the fucking idiots in front of you, that's us, must insist that no one attempt to actually follow any advice spewed into the world on this show. Did think that was necessary, really quickly.
Probably a good point. If people clip it out of context, good thing to include. What I would say is that, yeah, I mean, like drugs are like fun, and Euphoria kind of gave them a bad rap, and I think it's about time that we brought drugs back. I did find out, and this is not a goof or a gaff. I did find out the other day. I can't think of where this. I must have been reading some article for a thing I'm researching, but apparently, kids don't really drink that much anymore. They're just doing all the drugs.
Yeah, I just wanted to hold up a cover of today's paper, just so that there would be sort of like a double evidence for the fact that like when and where this happened. You know what I mean? So they can't clip us out of context. They can't like a couple days from now play that clip and be like, that also could have worked. That could have worked as well. Yeah, but that's sort of easier to fudge. The screen turned off about 9 minutes ago, mate. So yeah, we get the point though. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
But it's, kids do a lot of drugs now, and they don't do a lot of drinking, and that's interesting. I think. As far as advice to give,
you're fucking it up.
Do both. Fuck, getting, as we say, getting lit. That's what the kids say. Getting lit.
Right. I don't. So I just want to.
Getting lit.
Let me add a
mad lit.
Okay. Let me add a very important sort of asterisk onto this. David is sort of doing all of the, the typical sort of like teenage, maneuvers for getting lit. Very good. That's one of them. And sort of throwing up the Maloik, the devil horns, the piece. Yeah, all really good stuff. Really good stuff. I just want to say that drugs are fun when you are being responsible and when you are an adult. Just wanted to clarify those things. And
when
because they're
when
way funner when you're a teenager and you're being fucking reckless. But I'm just saying that, given our context, you
as
want
two
to
grown ass men.
Yeah, you want consume all things responsibly,
moderate
and in a safe environment, and when you're an adult. So
don't do them as kids, even though that's more fun. But don't do that. I think probably like morality wise, we're off the hook now. We kind of said the things we need to.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I felt like for a little bit there, we did sort of we
veered.
We dug a hole a little bit, and we started to like bury ourselves. But I think like we really sort of broke out right at the end there. Single hand out of the grave,
and we kind of dug ourselves out of the hole quite efficiently and effortlessly. I don't think it was jarring or stilted at all the way that we did it. I think it came across as very natural,
very smooth. So why does drugs become selling drugs common in wherever the fuck? Because drugs are rad and money's cool, and
actually we don't think that money's cool. We think that money might be like a systematic issue, but
money's all right. I mean, you can do fun stuff with money. I'll tell you what. Back when I didn't have any money, sure wish I had some money.
Sure wish. Yeah, it's true. But it doesn't make money good. That means what you can do with money is good.
That is true. Yeah.
I think that's something to think about. That'll sound way more profound if you're on drugs.
Definitely.
James.
I'm sort of having a very small moral quandary over the like the fact that we're joking here, but the potential real damage that saying things like this might have. So again, we just want to circle back and say, don't fucking do drugs if you're a teenager, you dumb cunt. Like,
also, and this should go without saying, if you're going to do drugs, do it in a safe environment. Do it in a way that you feel comfortable with, and if you're doing drugs and they're not physically harming you or others, and they don't impede on the quality of your life, that is okay. But the second that any of those things become the case, you need to take a step back and ask yourself, is this the right decision for me and for the people around me and for my life? Because the second it starts to impact the quality of your life or the quality of others' lives, you need to take a step back and really assess how you feel about it and how you feel about its impact. And I think it's hard when you're young because there can be a lot of self-talk, which is like, well, there's an expectation I'm placing upon myself to behave in such and such a way and do such and such a thing in certain scenarios where I maybe don't feel comfortable. And it's important to push yourself out of your comfort zone, but it's critical that you, I guess, keep the safety and well-being of yourself and others in mind, because that's where you start to get into dicey territory. If you have a supportive network of friends, people around you that really care about you, you won't be in those positions. But often when you're young, you kind of just have who you have around you. And so it can be tricky to navigate that.
All great stuff.
So don't feel bad. Yeah, don't feel bad for sort of saying no as well. That's a healthy thing to do.
But then I also think at the same time, like, fuck, have we not made some fucking assumptions about who would be listening to and watching this show right there? Because I'll tell you right now, like one of my nephews who's like 16, he wouldn't watch this shit. He's off like watching cool stuff and doing rad things. He's not wasting his time on this.
The average listener of like my YouTube channel, the average like audience of my YouTube channel is like 28 to like 45.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think our target demo is kids.
Our target demo is pretty safely in the like 24 to like plus, whatever, because I don't want to. Hey, I'm not putting a cap on it. You be it.
If you're 80 and you're listening to this, let's fucking go.
If you're 80 and you're listening to this, let's go. Fuck yeah, dude.
Fucking sick. Fucking sick. And if you're 80 listening to this, do some drugs. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, fuck it. I mean? Why not?
Fuck it. Yeah, why not?
Unless, of course, it's being destructive to you. And okay, let's spiral out of this. And we're going to zoom right out of this.
I'm just going to... Hard pivot. James, it's time for the feature question of this episode because we're 40 minutes in and we haven't really got to it. I try and keep an eye on the time and kind of launch into it 30 minutes wise. We spent 10 minutes trying to get into and get out of condoning and drugs. It was complicated.
Yeah, it was sticky back there, huh? It was real sticky back there.
We got real
sticky icky. Am I right, dude? Freeze frame high five.
That was my Wiz Khalifa laugh. It's not very good. James, this feature question is aptly titled "The Curious Case of the Midnight Commotion."
Oh,
okay, I was proud of that. I was expecting some kind of reaction.
That was very. Are you afraid of the dark? Type energy right there. Very good.
There you go. I should have thrown some sulfur into the fire or phosphorus into.
You should have, but you didn't. And had we had any preparedness,
could I have the spooky background and I'll do it in a spooky voice?
Absolutely, you can.
How do I? Hang on. Wait. That didn't really work, did it? That just made the green screen worse.
No, it's spooky, dude. It's spooky. Yeah.
Oh, it's super spooky.
Yeah, it's so spooky.
The Curious Case of the Midnight Commotion. Ooh. Be spooked while I turn my light back on. Ooh.
I'll tell you guys right now. I am top tier spooked right now. Oh no, he's really startled me with that one when he came back with the
there you go. That's
the ghost sound again.
Because you're a big wimp.
Yeah, you got me. You got me.
James, I've been living in my apartment for about 1 year, and the downstairs neighbors moved in 1 month ago.
Okay.
Ever since she moved in, she's made 3 noise complaints about me already. While I understand the struggle, I don't think it's me. I'm not sure how to convince her that I'm not making these loud noises. This is where it gets spooky because it's the spooky season, not just talking about tax time.
Oh.
Her complaints are heavy footsteps. What's up? Yep. Sorry. Thank you. Her complaints are heavy footsteps and the constant sound of something falling or striking the floor. She said she woke up multiple times in the middle of the night because of something striking the floor, even wearing earplugs. Spooky bit's over. The walls are thin in the building, and I also hear footsteps all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
Walls are thin in you have to watch the video to see James. The momentary flicker of confusion and the realization of what I was going for was chef's kiss. Walls are thin in the building, and I also hear footsteps all the time. So I think heavy footsteps is possible. But I'm certainly not dropping something at 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning every week because I'm asleep during that time. Duh. My lifestyle hasn't changed from my previous tenant downstairs, and nor has anyone made any noise complaints for the past year. Also, I've never heard any loud noises during 2 to 3 a.m. If it is indeed from me, it would be much louder in my unit and certainly wake me up if it's waking up someone downstairs wearing earplugs.
Sure.
This all makes sense.
Yeah.
Now that management is involved, and they're not even hearing my side, I'm not sure what to do. Is breaking the contract and moving away the only thing to do? Absolutely not. You have so many options.
Again, who are these people that
people just jump to the first?
They go. Let me think about this for no seconds.
0 seconds.
I'm just gonna leave. What? No, nothing else come to mind. I have to break
my contract and leave. So, James, let me bring.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bring.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, James, it's me, your friend David.
Yeah, no, I saw on the it tells me when someone
Is this calls. A bad time?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, you seem distracted.
No, I'm listening. Yeah, what's up?
Okay, all right. Well, I wanted to ask you some advice. So I've been living here for a year or whatever. Recently, the people downstairs have been complaining about loud noises like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm obviously asleep. And the real estate is made a formal complaint against me. And should I just break my lease and leave?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that it?
Oh.
Just
how are you going? What's up with you? Do you want to get like a beer later, or did you catch up, or?
Nah, you're good. You got a lot on. I mean, I've got a lot on. Busy.
I'm actually really free, so I can work around your schedule if you let me know when you're around.
I'll have a look at it.
Okay, well, you just let me know. Be great to see you, man. Yeah, it's cool. Well, I appreciate that. All right, clink.
Fucking, I've got to block that cunt. I've got to block that number. Hey Siri, how do I block a number?
Bring.
Fuck me. This just can't take a fucking yellow.
Hey, it's me again.
No, I know. Tells me on the. It tells me on the phone. You don't have to. I just want. Yeah. When you call me, which won't be for much longer, but when you call me, you don't have to say it's me, because.
What do you mean?
You're fucking.
But how will you know if you don't hear my voice?
Your numbers.
My voice, you don't know.
I know, I get that, but your number's in my phone. I can see. It tells me that it's. What's up?
Right. What's me? I was thinking about what you just said about the when you're like free and getting a beer and stuff, and like I suddenly was like, oh, I'm actually free on Saturday. If you want to get a beer in the afternoon, I forgot that I was free on Saturday. If you're around
this Saturday.
Yeah, or next Saturday. Like what my calendar's pretty flexible, so pretty flexible.
Yeah, Saturday is a real sort of me time, if I'm honest. Like to do.
Oh,
been getting back into like a wine and cheese night on Saturday.
Right.
So
okay,
was probably just gonna. That's really like my my recharge times just for me. So.
Right. No, that's
pretty strict on that.
Yeah. Well, we'll
like
work something out. Maybe.
Don't really like to give up that time, my me time.
Yeah, we'll find. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure. I'll text you. We'll work it out.
Yeah,
we'll
just
yeah.
Just text me. Probably the best way to do it.
All right, man. Or, I'll see you soon. Then we'll work it out.
Soon.
We'll grab a beer or something.
Yeah, definitely soon.
Yeah,
definitely sometime soon.
Okay, sounds good, man. Well, I'll catch you later then. All right. Okay.
Cool.
Wait. What did you say?
I just.
What were you saying?
I was just saying, cool. That's cool.
Oh, I thought you. Right. Okay. I thought you. Okay. No, it's All right. Well, I'll
beep.
Okay. Well, I'll.
Jesus Christ. Take a hint. You know when you're talking to someone on the phone and they just they don't get it? Take a hint, cunt. You know what I mean?
Nah. Can't relate to that.
Can't relate to that. I would say to this person who's below me, I'd be like, this is crazy. All these loud sounds. Can you do me a favor? Can you, next time you hear it, these loud sounds, could you take out your phone and just record it for me? Because
I want to hear that shit.
Because I am dead asleep at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Like I am not up walking around. So that is weird, you know? That's weird that you are hearing something coming from. I will say though, some people are lead-footed fucks. Some people, even if you're kicking about in your house wearing shoes, which some people do for some reason, that really translates to like the people living below you.
Yeah. I have a heavy tread. I tread heavily. Okay. I stomp when I'm walking.
Oh, that's a really nice way of putting it. Yeah. I've been calling you a stompy fuck.
To who?
Just all of your friends and family.
Okay. That's fine. They have no respect for
me. When we get together on Saturdays.
What?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? You said you cut out for a minute. You said something about Saturdays.
Nothing. You were talking about having a heavy gait or something. You've got a heavy gait.
I didn't say gait. That makes me sound like I've got something wrong with my back. I just tread heavily. You mentioned Saturday. And we were doing a joke before about you not wanting to hang out on Saturdays. And so I was just wondering, because you cut out, I wasn't sure what you said.
No, that's weird. See, this is what's so strange. people just
What's
hear
up?
things differently. Because this guy's not making any sound in his apartment, but the person below him is hearing stomping. And like just now,
Right.
you thought that I said something about Saturday, and I was just talking
Right.
about your heavy fucking cement feet.
Right. That sounds
Yeah.
to me like sounds like deflection.
See, because I'm not hearing deflection, so that sort of just further proves my point. You see, you're hearing something that I'm not hearing. You know what I mean? That's weird how that it's so spooky. The spooky season,
so spooky.
People hearing things.
Tax time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that all month, by the way. It's for one of you, James. That's gonna be anytime you say the word spooky, you're gonna just get a delicious lick of that joke.
First of all,
it's gonna start being funny.
Yeah, I just want to say
it's gonna get funny again.
I just want to say first of all,
funny again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that good joke. That good joke that keeps on giving.
Which one?
The one about tax time. I will say, however,
was talking about tax time.
Yeah, I will say though that end of financial season was quite some time ago, so you are sort of leaving yourself open to being a little bit behind the times. And I know how much you like to be sort of very cutting edge, current.
Yeah.
They call you.
Well, James, the fact that I haven't done my tax yet is what makes it spooky.
Oh, you should have done that. You definitely should have done that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Why haven't you done your tax? Let's get into the real nuts and bolts. Why haven't you done your tax yet? What's happening? What's happening there? Because your mum, when we were hanging out on Saturday, she said that you've had plenty of free time lately.
Who did?
What?
What's up? You said my mom?
You've got plenty.
You were catching up with Anne?
On the
week,
podcast. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah. Caught up on the.
We didn't talk about that last week. So
caught up on the.
We didn't.
Caught up on the pod. That's what I meant.
On the pod.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. It was a week ago. Maybe it's whatever.
Your brother on Saturday was saying that some like you do this sometimes. You sort of just leave.
You talking to my brother?
What's up?
You talking to Alex? When were you chatting to him?
We were just chatting keyboards. We hang out on similar forums.
Chatting keyboards.
Yeah.
You're on different Reddits and stuff together.
Yeah.
Hanging out online.
We sort of just come across each other.
Right.
In the digital space.
Right, not the flesh space. Definitely not.
Not the meat world. No, definitely not.
Not in the meat world at my family home. Definitely
His keyboard is fucking great, though. Like the spring, really, when you push down on them. Because he was showing me last weekend. Like you really sort of...
In his apartment.
I've seen... Yeah, he's posted a lot of pictures of it on the internet, is what I mean.
Right, but you said the feel of it sort of...
Yeah, I gauged that. He did like a type test video, and I'm just gauging from that.
Right. Yeah. And you just kind of...
And I was like, that seems like it would be... Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's not what you said, though. It just made it sound like maybe you had been to his apartment on Saturday.
No.
Okay. No, yeah, that's cool. Nothing weird about this situation at all. I mean, there's nothing spookier than tax time, James, is what I would say.
Hey.
It's confronting.
That's what I always say.
I don't understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to pitch the alternative to your solution. Rather than get them to give evidence, you should stay up one night till 3 a.m. and then record the sound you hear, timestamp that shit on your phone and be like, bitch, there ain't no sound. Come at them. Go on the aggressive. Go on the front foot. Do you know what I mean?
I love this.
Yeah.
I love this a lot because you know how much I like to get. I love to get squirrely.
Oh. Right up in someone's business.
Now, what if?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
I stay up all night. I film, do all of that, record the audio, everything's timestamped. And then the next day, I message the property manager to say, hey, let's go down to her apartment and have a chat to her about it. Yep.
Sandra.
Yep. And then while you're all there, she opens up the door. It's the property manager. And then what you want to do now is you want to bait her into saying that last night there was stomping and loud noises. And you go,
how'd you sleep, Sandra?
Interesting.
What time would you say that was, Sandra?
Yeah, it's so strange. Would you say it was around?
That would have been.
And then just fast forward on the video. Is that about 3:14 a.m. You said? Interesting, because it was dead silent when I was filming.
I think you'll find my records reflect there was no sound, except for the sound of lies.
Oh, fucking burn, Sandra.
That's how you get.
And that's the property manager says that. He goes, oh shit.
He's oh shit.
Whoa.
You got flame, Sandra. I'm putting this on TikTok.
Boom roasted, Sandra. Boom roasted.
Boom, and then it becomes viral.
Yeah.
And he makes it gets millions of hits, and he makes
hey guys,
$1.20.
Just another
because
update.
TikTok is a terrible system.
Just another update over here on my day in the life vlog as a property manager. Sandra over here
Leech.
getting roasted by John and shit. He has got some zingers going, and it looks like he has baited her into some good old fashioned lies. So check back on in for part 2, where we find out.
So fucking good, bro.
If
she's crying. I fucking got her. She's crying.
Oh, I was going to say if Sandra's been lying, and then we'll obviously get the video footage of us.
She's lying and crying,
removing her from the apartment. So
from the building,
and it's difficult. It's difficult in Queensland, you know, because there are not a lot of apartments, so you don't want to be rocking around lying about your neighbors.
Well, the fun thing about Queensland is there's not a lot of apartments, and there's not a lot of rights that you have as a renter.
Yes,
which is really cool.
I do say that, but I want to hang a picture. I want to say the other side of that as well. You know, you don't want to lie about your neighbors, but you also don't want to be a lead-footed stompy cunt, because I've definitely lived under those people. Who
for sure
sound like they're fucking practicing shot put upstairs. What the fuck are you up to up there? I'll tell you what, I lived under someone who I'm pretty sure was practicing sprinting, because there was the most bizarre sounds. I swear to God, they might have had a trampoline at some point, like a small sort of like personal trampoline, and you could hear fucking everything. And if you've got like, yeah, that was my old place, my old apartment. It was only like that for a small period of time. Surprisingly,
I would have thought sound would travel down very well.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that sound would really come through the.
But if they really just hammer
the concrete slab, yeah, you think
the slab between the floors. Yeah,
I will say though,
I guess if you give it a go,
I think they were drug dealers. And I did one afternoon hear them having a not so sober D&M on their balcony. It was
it good?
It was one of them going, oi nah, like I fucking care about you, bro. So it was very
real deep and meaningful.
Yeah, it was real deep and meaningful.
I like when we get drunk and that's all we ever do because we're legal boys. You know, we will talk about art and we'll talk about, you know, some other stuff. But I've never in my entire life been like, nah, bro, I fucking care about you, bro. Why would you think
I care about you, bro.
Nah, I fucking do. Why would you don't say that to me. I fucking do.
It was like Eshe's having a D&M, and it was wild. And the fucking music that they would blast out of there. But yeah, I think they definitely got chucked out at some point because it quieted down.
The neighbors directly above this. So my apartment's really good. It's really, really well soundproofed, except for in my office above. You can't hear anything from the sides ever, but like above in here, I hear what's happening upstairs. And because I'm in here all the time, because I work in this office during the day, they've been doing some renovation or something upstairs. And I didn't realize that's what was happening for like a week.
Right.
So I was sort of sitting here and I would kind of hear like something heavy dropping and then like the sound of like almost like sandpaper on tiles or something. And I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And then I looked out of my balcony and there was like drifting down little sort of white bits of silicone.
Right.
And I was like, what is happening? And eventually I went upstairs and I knocked on the door and the dude came out. And I was like, I live below you and I just have to know. And he was like, oh, let me show you. And I was not prepared for the social interaction. I'm an introvert. I'm not good at this. And he was like, let me show you. And I was like, fuck, this is not what I wanted. And so he takes me into his flat, and it's a mirror image of my flat. Okay.
Yeah.
Just the floor up. No shade, but like, I learned how to decorate, my guy. Anyway.
Oh,
so I go in.
Little neighborhood beef.
He did. There was no style. There was no theme. Anyway, it's fine. So I go up. And what he's doing is he's retiled the balcony because he's clearly dinged up a few, of the tiles in the balcony. So he's retiled the whole thing. And that's what the silicone was then like getting the grout out because you silicone grout tiles in Australia because of the humidity. And then what he's done is he's redone his bathroom as well. And that's what I'm hearing, because what I didn't click in my brain was that because of the way that the floors work, it's a mirror image, but he's across like another half a meter. So his bathroom is directly above me. So all I'm hearing all day, these weird sounds, is people digging up tiles, sanding the grout out, cleaning it out, and then retiling. I was like, that suddenly explains this. When you just can't place a sound at all? Like, I was like, are they killing people? Are they like, are they converting people to be fucking Cybermen? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Just unplaceable acoustic shit in my...
Sometimes you do have to find out, because it gets to a point where you, it spirals into, it can really spiral into an audible rage where you're like, what the fuck are you doing up there? And it's like, oh,
and I was on that fucking line, and I needed to get out of that because it's like, that's not healthy for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel for people who their apartments are next to like a construction, like another apartment building being made, and it's just like constant. I couldn't handle that.
So they're building a building at the bottom of my street.
Yeah.
I'm just far enough away that you can kind of try and screen it out, but some mornings at like 7 a.m. when you hear some tradies picking up their tools.
Yeah.
And you're lying in bed. I'm lying in bed. Okay. Blissful. DMAC in bed, blissful. And then you hear like a drill, and you're like, these motherfuckers. And that's your peace for the morning gone. That's your entire... I'm not meditating after that. I'm not sitting out doing an hour of writing, working on my book.
Andy does say to get into a quiet zone that you can be uninterrupted for your 10, your 15 minutes, however long you're going to do your meditation for. And yet it's very hard to when someone is...
Get up, move it, put it, hold on.
Yeah.
No, just, wait, hold on. No, fucking...
Boy, I'm doing a copy run, fuckhead.
Gaza, move it. No, across two. Not in the cement, Gaza. That's it, Gaza, in the wood. Tink, 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 tink. And then, like, the worst part is silence for 30 minutes, and you kind of close your eyes, and you're like, maybe I can get another 30 minutes of sleep.
Nah.
And then you're suddenly like, you're
they
sitting
were just prepping
right away.
That 30 minutes of silence was just them gearing up the even louder tools that they were
the jackhammer out. So I'm well rested and relaxed at the moment.
My other suggestion for this person is to start playing haunting ghostly noises into my floor to blast it down into their apartment to make them think that their place is haunted. Could you do that? Do I need to move out? Or if I put in a little bit of effort and make them think their apartment's haunted,
could they leave?
Maybe they move out.
Yeah. I mean, it is the spooky season. I'm not just talking about tax time, so that could work.
I'm in hell, and maybe you could open up sort of a portal to hell in their home. If that's a thing.
Have you thought about ruining their life? Because I would say go one step further. Do the spooky sounds, and then maybe do some spooky things.
Okay. I can't imagine that this is going to help. Okay, you've off-sided witches on this show one too many times. Okay. You can't. And now if you start coming in saying like, hey, do some spooky witchy things to put an actual curse on them, to open up their space, their living space to,
I just think,
some type of real demon person, entity.
Yeah. Okay, being very critical.
Maybe what you could do is
being very critical today.
You could become very good friends with them, and you start purchasing some potentially haunted antiques, and you gift them to them.
Oh, maybe like a haunted doll.
Yeah, like over a period of time.
Ooh,
Here's a murder weapon. A haunted
object? What?
Why figure? Dude,
you got that from eBay?
A knife's not going to be haunted. A really old knife that's probably done some murders.
I don't know how
ghosts get trapped, but I feel like a couple ghosts have got to be attached to a murder weapon.
Could you do like a candelabra? They seem spooky.
That's pretty spooky.
Yeah. Could you do like a spooky mirror?
A ring.
Oh, a ring.
That could be one.
That could be spooky. Could you do what else is spooky? Could you do like I was gonna say a haunted shoe because I looked down at my shoes and that was I didn't need to say shoes.
Just because it is the spooky season, really quick. A friend of mine.
Let's talk about tax time. Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm not talking about tax time, guys.
No, let's talk about tax time.
A friend of mine he has incredibly conservative parents. Incredibly conservative parents. Very straight-laced people.
Okay.
They my friend, his grandfather died. He left a ring to the dad, my friend's dad. And apparently once they got this ring, there started to be noises in the house. They thought they saw people, walking between rooms. A whole bunch of escalating behavior.
Look, I've read The Haunting of Hill House. I get it.
Which culminated in both his mum and dad waking up in the middle of the night and seeing figures at the end of their bed. And they believed that it had something to do with this ring, so much so that they smashed the ring and buried the pieces in like an allotment next door. And it stopped after that. But I'll tell you,
I would have buried further away.
Yeah, I probably would have done. Probably not.
Yeah, I would never go next door.
Oh, the ghost ring that haunted and terrified us. It's it's there.
Actually,
right there.
The tree behind the back of the house. The tree in the backyard.
See that tree that's growing and it looks real spooky and creepy? That's it. It's actually
kind of dead branches.
Yeah, and that looks like
that's
human
wild.
Faces. And the reason that's so bizarre to me is because I know this guy's parents and they're so conservative, like weirdly conservative.
They got it like in their noggin that this was the scenario.
Yeah. So,
because I've only ever buried bodies, I don't bury rings.
Yeah.
You can sell. I mean, you can sell rings is what I meant to say.
Of course.
You could have just sold it. I've never buried anything. I sell rings. Is what I meant to say.
Okay. Not even like a... Yeah. See, I find that hard to believe. As someone that wrote a Sky Pirates novel, you've never buried anything. Like a treasure or contraband.
Yes. Depends how you define contraband.
Skulls.
Well, they're not skulls when you bury them, are they? I mean, I'm not a big barrier.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is what I'm getting at.
And if you sort of, let's just say you did need to dispose of a human body or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be your method? And location. Hypothetically, yeah. Method and location.
Well, I think. Well, I mean, the biggest mistake people make is they overcomplicate the process of. Hypothetically, I guess what I'm saying is that a lot of people are trying to overcomplicate. I think they imagine that when you want to get rid of a body, you need to like chop it into pieces and move it to different places. That's not the case. What you want to do is you want to go to Bunnings and you hypothetically want to buy some of their odorless bleach. You can get it in kind of large quantities, and you can actually get odorless acid as well. Hypothetically, what you would want to do is use some of that bleach initially to sanitize a small to large tub. This could even be as small as, like, say, like a sink or a bathtub or something like that. Bathtub is obviously much larger, but something that you can plug. What you do is you sanitize it with the odorless bleach, and then what you would want to do is kind of, rather than in the films where they imagine it as you chop it up and then you dissolve it, you can just kind of do it limb by limb. Like, you could just kind of hang one arm in there, that'll dissolve over a period of hours. Then you're going to want to collect that into something that is kind of airtight. You can get big, watertight. They're storage containers usually designed for, like, sailboats and stuff that you can buy at Bunnings that have really good O-ring seals, so you're not going to leak any of that liquid. And you're going to want to kind of dissolve the body slowly into a series of those kind of big tubs that have those good O-rings. This is going to sound ridiculous, so I'm kind of chuckling. This is sound ridiculous, but rather than what you're imagining in the films, which is you hack the body up and then you ship it, you're going to want to take those and find different bodies of water that don't connect. So perhaps one, you go to a lake, one you go to, like, maybe the beach, in the north, one you go to a beach in the south, one you maybe go to a creek inland. And once you do all of that, the second you empty that liquid into those bodies of water, you're going to want to use that odorless bleach to immediately bleach and sanitize the inside of those boxes, stack them up, put them in your boot, take them home. It's going to take you maybe like 2 or 3 days. Take those home, leave them in storage, so that if the police kind of come around, they say, hey, why did you buy all those things? We can see you have those receipts on your credit card. You just have those storage tubs. Maybe you, like, put some of your homebrew beer bottles in there that you're keeping for storage. So that's kind of how you could hypothetically, that's how you could go about it. I will say, though, the Bunnings at Kedron doesn't stock the tubs. You have to kind of go to the bigger floor spaces.
Okay,
is what you have to do.
And it's weird. It's weird that you specifically mentioned there about the storage of homebrew, because you did just recently, very recently, only a few days ago, text me a picture of your new homebrew setup that you've only just started. That's how I knew about the
tubs, because I needed a tub to store the bottles in.
Right. That's how you knew about the tubs.
Yeah, obviously. Why? What do you? Yeah, obviously. I didn't know about them before that. Why would you need a 2-liter tub if, like, it's quite tall? Like, doesn't make any sense. Why you would need that? So.
Thank you so much for.
Did we?
Thank you so much for coming in, being a part of the for doing the stream with us today.
Should I end the show? Or
you can find us on the socials.
Right? You're acting a bit weird.
At BLK Swan Society. Your TikTok and your Twitter and your Instagram and that.
Yeah, fun places. Yeah.
A lot less meaningful now when you're sort of confronted with the reality of
hypothetical,
a serial killer. If you would like to,
it was talking hypothetically.
If you'd like to email us, get in contact. Maybe you've got some information about David that you'd like to share with me with me for my safety, or an advice question. You could email us at blackswansociety.mail@gmail.com. That's blackswansociety.mail@gmail.com. I check those, so rest assured that I would see any mail come through first, and sort of any.
I have access.
He does have access.
I could check it too.
He can, but just know that I'm pretty on top of it. So again, if you have any information for my safety, that's blackswansociety.mail@gmail.com. I live in Brisbane, Australia. So does David. If I go missing between now and next week's stream, if I'm not live at 6 p.m. next Thursday, which is the 20th of October, 6 p.m. AEST, come looking for me, and you know where to start, and you know what tubs to look into Okay.
James, I should mention on the 27th of October, we are doing our Halloween special episode. So put that in the calendar. If we all make it that far, obviously. But put that in the calendar. Put that in the appointment book. 27th of October, 6 p.m. AEST. We have a very exciting Halloween special coming up. If, of course, we make it that far. And it's going to be spooky. And I'm not just talking about the tax season. So look forward to that. Otherwise, lock your doors at night. That's a good thing to do.
Sort of
have a buddy that's going to check in on you in the morning.
General advice tip there.
Yeah.
Good general one.
And leave us a rating or review on your podcast catcher of choice, or I will know about it. So just keep that in mind. With how your week is going. I'll know if you don't.
Employ the buddy system, but obviously do some checks on you
better pick a strong buddy.
Yeah, sort of do some checks on who your buddy is, because sometimes
I don't think they have it like that. I don't think they have it like that. Sometimes you pick a weak buddy and then more of a liability than a solution.
See you next week.
See you later.